Ew. What's going on, y'all? Hope y'all doing well, staying hydrated on this lovely Tuesday afternoon, Monday evening, night, whatever time it is for y'all. It's currently about to be 9 p.m. for your boy. Welcome in to the D&D Spilling the Tea podcast. I need to do this real quick. This. Boom. Okay. And now. Hello.
Hi, you're finally ready?
What you mean I'm finally ready?
I told you like 10 minutes ago. I've been waiting for you for like 10 minutes.
Well, yeah, baby, but I was just playing DVD, so like I was playing DVD
I
waiting
know,
on
and
you.
then you were done, and then I was like, okay, where's he going? And I just saw the starting soon screen on your
Yeah,
thing, and I was like,
yeah,
okay.
I do it for the YouTube video, baby. I told you.
I didn't see a
Good,
YouTube
good.
video. Was there one?
Babe, I every time that we
Oh, you
do the
mean to
recording.
like start the beginning of the YouTube video?
Yeah,
It's on there for a
yeah.
long time.
Huh?
I said it was on there for a long time. The starting soon. It was on there for a long time.
No, it was only three. It was like 3 minutes.
That's a long time.
Well, yeah. I mean, I had to get it set up too, and get everything in the background ready too. So, where is my there? And then we do this again. Where the okay? Let's try this. Oh, okay. All right, dude. Okay, dude. Move this over here. Then to click it clearly, because it's still being a goofy goober. Boom. Okay. No, stiff. Do this. Okay. Boom. All right. I'm restarting because my PC froze. Okay. Alrighty.
Okay.
You want to kick it off, babe?
I guess it's my turn, huh? So,
Yeah.
for you guys who didn't know, it's Tuesday night, which means it is D&D spilling the tea. If you haven't been able to join us for the last couple of episodes, in the month of October, Spooktober, if you will, we actually do a segment called Real or Fake, where usually I come to you all with a story that I've either read, heard, or written. And I tell it to you, and then at the end of it, we decide whether the story is a real story or if it is fictional. Today is the last day of our Real or Fake series, so I hope you guys enjoy this one. It kind of came on last minute because I had another thing planned, but I hope you all enjoy it just the same. And yeah, so here we go. For this segment today, it's going to be called Famous Singer or Famous Killer, and Famous Serial Killer to be exact. So I first
Ooh.
started following um, this artist um, out of college. They were a no name back then, um, but I truly enjoyed their music. And so I kind of started following their journey and really tried to understand, what made them tick as an artist. Um, I started to hear about a lot of different things revolving their concerts and their events. And one of them I had seen was that a lot of weird things were happening, as in people were going missing. Um, and not only missing, but some were found dead. And so, one of the things that I decided to do was to look at all the areas where this person was having a concert. And it seemed like a lot of the stories that came out in the news about missing people or deaths came, hey ghost, and deaths came out around where they were. And so it looked like within a 5 to 10 like mile radius outside of where they were hosting their events and things, there would be a spike slash influx in like hostile crimes. So deaths, um, missing persons, specifically, particularly women. And this artist is a male artist, for reference. Um, and so I got in contact with some guys that I knew, and they had lots of people that they could utilize money, and they decided to also look into this. So lots of weird happenings had happened around this artist. When they were in college, a girl went missing and she was never found. Body was never found. No one ever saw her. I spoke to her again. It was a cold case. Um, then years later, after they got their first deal, which was $50,000, which was quite a lot at the time, they took $450,000 of that and they bought property, and not just any property. Property like there's nothing on it. Nothing on it, nothing by it. It's about 20 to 30 acres of property. Just barren. Nothing there. And this actually is located, their property is located in Tennessee, around the Nashville area. And after they bought their property around the Nashville area, the spikes in murders and missing women went up. And so now my interests have been piqued. And now I wonder whether this is just all some sick coincidence, or is he a serial killer hiding in plain sight? I don't know the answers. May never know the answers. But I'm telling you now, I definitely wouldn't go to his concerts alone at night by myself. That's it.
Okay, okay. All right, y'all. So from that now, I'm gonna put up a poll just in here. See what y'all think. Is the famous
Ooh, Friday the 13th movies? I haven't watched one of those.
Okay, we'll do it for 3 minutes. All right, all this up. So, is this story of a famous singer real or fake? Was he just a singer, or was he a murderer? A lot of coinkydinks around that around this artist. Something in me wants to say that this is like a real story, but then the other side of me is like, nah, bro, this gotta be fake. But is it though? What you think, Lena? Think this a real one? Think this a fake one? What we thinking about? What we thinking, y'all? I feel like real Danny would never lie to us. Oh, you
You're right. I
see,
would never lie.
yeah, yeah, you know, you totally missed that story last week. Yeah, because then you would be like, oh,
That's crazy.
yeah, that because but I mean, I will say she has told a lot of stories that were definitely real stories. So more real than fake stories, that's for sure. But you know, it's the last week. Who knows? You know, this might be one of them ones where she's like, I need to put out another fake news. You know, put out more fake news.
Oh, fake news is crazy.
Oh, let's see. Okay, okay. We gotta vote for This Is Real. Okay, okay. Hmm. I think. I think. I'm going with my gut here. I think I'm gonna go with my gut. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, no. Just another W for you, boy. But I don't know. I'm gonna say that it's fake. Yeah, and the poll's over. So yeah, we got one for This Is Real, which is probably Luna. So tell us, babe, is the story real or is it fake? Oh, are you muted? You are muted.
Oops. All right, here we go. Ready? This story is real. It's a real story. It's a real conspiracy theory
I fucking knew
that
it,
people
man.
have about a famous singer, actually. Famous country singer, Garth Brooks.
Oh, oh, the and
So,
that people had thought about.
no, no, yeah, yeah, no. This is like, real things that people are like, oh, Brooks can be a serial killer. Um,
Mm,
some people even claim to have matched up dates of murders and missing people with dates that Garth Brooks was in the city where the murders take place. So, the chilling case of Garth Brooks' serial killer theory. Cincinnati, 1993, cold case murder of a college kid. Body discovered in Ohio River within 48 hours of Brooks' tour bus rolling out. Um, so yeah, just a lot of weird stuff happening around Garth Brooks. And then actually, I saw the first time I saw this information was from a TikTok video, and there was people in the comments, and one of them was like, Garth Brooks is from the county where I grew up, and they said that you know everybody knows them at like their family as like the hills have eyes kind of people. They say even his family is like really fucking um
mm,
specifically his mother is who they listed in the post. And someone had another person had a theory of like, what if Brooks has like a fan who's a serial killer, so they go to every show and like
right.
you know whatever. Um, but there is this song where with a video. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. Um, and it is kind of creepy. Let me see if I can show it. Yeah.
Oh. Are you muted again? Just FYI.
Okay. Can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. All right, let's go back. People say that like this sounds like creepy, and like if you look at him, he looks creepy.
And the thought crosses my mind, if I never wake up in the morning, would she ever doubt the way I feel about her in my heart? If tomorrow never
And I was trying to find the. This is not the exact video that they showed, but it was like
Mm-hmm.
it was like his eyes. I was looking at. I was like, nah, he look like he would kill you. Stay away from him. He looks like he.
Creepy.
Listen, he looked like he would chop you up. I might be this. Why he always wear the same colors? No, I think it's this one.
Oh, his eyes look crazy in that thumbnail. You saw that thumb?
That's what,
Look at that! Look at that
that's what I'm
thumbnail.
saying. If you can see like in this picture, like I don't know if you guys can. You can't even see in this picture, but his eyes look crazy. And I'm trying to get the video where his eyes look like that because I'm like, no, this man would kill you in your sleep. While she's sleeping, I don't want to sleep nowhere near you. I don't want to sleep near you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared of you. I'm really scared of you. So I can't find it. But if I'm able to find it at some point, I will show y'all. Um, I just know I don't want to be anywhere in a dark room with Garth Brooks. That's all I know. For real. For real. Yep.
Yeah. Oh shit. Over here
Yep.
pressing.
That's the story. Garth Brooks. People say it could be a murderer.
You know, no offense, but I don't know. He kind of looked like he could be. I don't know. Just from that, just just from that still that you showed.
You're like you just.
He's like
Are
he's
you
always
okay?
always watching.
You know what I mean? Like, well, what the heck?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we have our special guest here, y'all. Got a special guest tonight. Luna has decided to join it. She's got a couple of stories that she'd like to
I'm so
share.
scared.
Just make sure you don't encounter Garth Brooks in the long
True, is that
hallway.
correct?
Like, no, thank you. I'm good.
He's just singing the song there. I'm walking down the road. I'm just gonna be like SpongeBob. He's not Patrick, right? Who says he's standing there menacingly.
You know what I mean? Like, I have to, especially with his eyes, they're just like this.
Big bulgy, just
Like,
staring
are you
into your
okay?
soul.
Are you okay? Why are you staring like that? I'm scared.
Chill, bro, chill. Like, I know you just standing there and all, but like, just stop standing there like that, okay?
I don't know. What's wrong with him,
I don't know, like, close your eyes, pretend you're sleeping or something, like.
well, he's watching her while, and then also the lyrics are not supposed to be like sweet and endearing.
Yeah.
I'm watching you while you're sleeping, and I'm like, what I know about you, I don't want you nowhere near me. Leave my body alone. Go away.
My body, my choice. Get out.
I rebuke you in the name. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. You can't come near me. You have to flee, demon. You must go.
Bye, demon.
Yeah, no, seriously, you gotta go. You gotta go. There's too many coincidinks. There's too many
Coinky.
dinks around you. You have to flee. I'm
That
so
is
sorry to
scary
say.
though.
You know
Like,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
And to
And this
think,
man is still like doing what he do. Whether that is just like all of those just happen to be coincidences, or he knows who's doing it, or he's who's doing it. It's just like wow, crazy.
right?
Scary.
Very scary times. Scary times.
Maybe he just attracts those type of people.
And then listen, I don't know if I like that either. Why I'm attracting all the crazy. What did I put on the wrong perfume or something? What did I do? I don't want them people around me. You know?
Stay away. Stay away from me.
No, seriously. Keep that energy to yourself. I don't want the energy. No thanks.
All right. Well,
Okay.
Luna, so you got some stories for
Yeah, I
us,
got
huh?
spooky stories.
Got spooky stories. Okay.
Okay, so all these are supposedly okay. So I know this is like you guys figuring out if it's real or fake, but these are like supposedly true.
Okay.
So like, but like it's really up to you like to decide like, nah, it's like some maybe
Oh,
just
yeah.
hallucinations or something. You know what I mean? So,
Right. Like you got like, did you pull this out of a movie? What is this? You know, like yeah, no, I get you.
okay,
Let's see,
I'm
let's
so
hear it.
nervous.
You got this. We believe.
Okay, I'm so scared. Okay. I wrote notes just for this occasion because I know I'm getting nervous.
You got it.
She's a professional, y'all. She's professional. She got notes and stuff.
Let's see here. Okay. We're gonna start off. Okay, we're gonna start off with there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 stories. I try to cut them short. So
Okay.
so we're gonna start off with the first spooky story. So this has happened like I don't know how long honestly now, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago now.
Okay.
But it happened the day that my grandpa passed away.
Ooh.
So a bunch of family came over, right, like for the funeral, here where I live. They came over, right, and like we did the funeral, we did the whole thing, right, and then at night, everyone came over to our house, and we like we had dinner, we caught up because we haven't seen like everyone in so long. Anyways, fast forward, it's nighttime, we all go to bed, right? And since like my house was like packed with everyone, I had to go stay over my aunt's house, which she lives right across the street. So I stayed over. I slept on the couch, and like I fell asleep. Blah blah blah. Right, time passed, and just randomly, I feel like a hand rub like on my back. Like I don't know how to explain, but like a hand just like you felt like it was a hand. It wasn't anything else, right? You could feel the fingers, you could feel the palm, right? It was just a
Right.
hand like rubbing.
And this is
Like,
actually you. You're talking about your
This
family?
is me. Yes, this
Okay.
is me. Yeah.
Okay.
So this happened to me. So a hand just rubs my back, and like I felt like the chills down my spine. And then like after, and you just feel like the hand slowly fade away, and like I slowly turned, and there was no one there, which scared me even more. But then like like I didn't think of anything of it other than like I was scared. And I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna like turn back around and go back to sleep.
Right.
And then morning happened, and then like I told like my family or my parents was like this happened to me last night, and then they think that it was like my grandpa's way of saying like goodbye, like he just came to check up on
Right.
and saying goodbye. But I don't know what I'm saying.
It's like, in a way, it's like, I hope that was my grandpa, because if it wasn't, who the fuck is touching me?
Yeah. It's like okay.
I was like, no, that's not how you say goodbye. I'm sorry, Grandpa, but I did not give you permission to come up and touch on me with your ectoplasm. No,
Right.
come in a dream or something.
Yes.
Right. Come to me while I'm sleeping, please. Catch me more on guard, at least, you know? Like,
it sucks even more because that same day my sister had a dream, right? That my grandpa came to visit her. I'm like, bro, you get the dream, I get touched. like not
You
bad,
know.
but like you know what I mean. Like he touches my back.
Like, could we have not
Yeah.
swapped roles here?
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. Yeah,
Well,
that's the
that.
first one.
Okay. Okay.
hmm Again, up to interpretation whether you think it's real or not. You know,
Yeah.
it is what
No,
it
I
is.
mean, yeah, I mean, that definitely sounds like something. Yeah, like you said, it really just makes it sound like he was, yeah, coming
You
to
just can't say goodbye. Yeah.
and to say goodbye. Yeah,
hmm
that's I would believe that. That's something that I would believe, and this is coming from someone who, like I said, I don't. I don't necessarily, I don't believe in spirits and all of that, like ghosts and all
hmm
that, because like I said, I mean, I'm never one to try and press any issues that would make them
Yeah.
angry or anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm good, all right? Like, I don't need to be, if I don't need to be there, you won't see me there. And
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not
on that
putting,
Sam and Kobe stuff.
hell
Oh
no,
yeah.
I am definitely not. She asked me, I remember Danny asked me a question. She was like, if I got offered $10,000 to stay in this like spooky hotel or the spooky house or whatever, would I do it? It's like, no, because I ain't bringing shit back with me. Like,
No, you're not bringing back nothing with you because you're not gonna
that's
bring shit
right.
with you.
Exactly. Yeah.
You gotta go
And then
somewhere else.
I'm gonna be out of house at home, and then I'm gonna have to be staying with spirits. And then who knows what the hell gonna happen to me from staying with spirits? Because I don't know if we gonna agree on something. And they just gonna decide to, like, I don't know, take over my body or some shit. Like, no, thank you.
That's
I want
insane.
to be in control of my body. Thank you.
That's a
No,
crazy take.
hey, listen. I'm just saying, okay. I'm not trying to get taken by no spirits.
Heard.
My time comes, I want it to be naturally. I don't want it to be from those spirits coming to take control of my body or anything.
Heard.
Yeah. All right, what's the next story? What you got?
Okay, so this one is very short. It also like it's kind of like the same as the first one, but this was like
Okay.
again like 5 years ago, but like more like later in the year.
Mhm.
So I had two dogs at the time. Rest in peace, my kid just passed away this year. But two dogs at the time. So like one of my younger dog, which is like my more recent doggo,
Mhm.
he just started barking at the couch. It just like barking and growling, and I'm like, well, like there's nothing there. Like, what's wrong with you? And then like I tried calming down, he wouldn't. Like you can see like his little hairs, like starting to stand up, and I'm like, bro, nothing's there. And then just randomly, my older dog sat down like where someone would put their feet. You know what I mean? Like when you're sitting on the floor.
Mhm.
And then like to me, it's like, oh, maybe my grandpa came to visit because he didn't get to meet my newer dog, but he did get to meet like my older dog, the one who sat there.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, maybe it's my grandpa, you know? Again,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Well, they say that dogs or just
They can
pets in
see, yeah.
general, yeah, because dogs, cats. I mean, I don't know about if any other animals can, but I know that they say dogs and cats, yeah, they can see spirits, so that makes sense.
Mhm.
Especially like whenever you just be seeing, I be thinking all the time whenever you see like cats that are just like looking up in the sky and just following and bobbing their head, looking up and stuff, and like, what ghosts is y'all looking at? Like, who's there? Who are y'all staring at? And why are they here? Are they here to stay? Please scare them away if they're not friendly, But yeah, that's one that I could definitely say I would, that's believable. So it's a believable thing. So, and this was like sometime after your grandpa had passed as well, that happened. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna say. That's the same thing happened, right? I'm gonna say like it's my grandpa, surely.
Yeah,
Coping
surely,
mechanism, yeah.
Right.
Cross my fingers.
Hoping and praying, yeah. Like nothing else. Yeah. I guess we'll see what the rest of the stories you got.
So from here on out, they start getting a little bit more spookier. None of them are like scary, but like they get spookier. We start off easy and we go go.
Heard, okay.
Only up from here.
It's all
Yeah,
up. Heard.
Okay, so this was when I was younger, like I'm gonna say like I don't know, like middle school age, so early teens, like you know what I mean. But so my grandpa and my grandma came over from Mexico, right? They did that every summer. They came to visit, blah blah blah, right? Oh, backstory. I will say this: my grandpa's like we call like a cleanser or a healer, like for witchcraft.
Oh. Okay.
So like if someone like thinks they were like cursed or like they had like bad juju, you know, he'd cleanse and like you know and get rid of the evil that you had.
Okay.
At least that's what they say he did. I don't. Right. I only got to. This is the story. The only time I got to see him like do anything. But anyways, back to the story. He came. And then they were visiting. Right. Blah blah blah. We got a call from one of my cousins, like, cause he knew my grandpa was in town. We got a call that he asked if we can go drop off my grandpa to go clean or cleanse his son, cause he felt like something was wrong. Like they went to the doctor, they didn't know like nothing was wrong with him, blah blah blah, right? So we're like, okay, we took my grandpa over, and then he did this whole, you know, his cleansing and blah blah blah, right to the kid, or to the kid, to my nephew. He does the cleansing and whatnot, and then my cousin and he asks like, what happened, right? Like, oh, I don't know if you guys want to know how to do like how the cleansing works, so I just skipped that part, but
Yeah, is it the like the egg cleanse or is it different?
yeah, the egg cleanse.
Okay.
That's the easiest thing to, you know what I mean, to figure out if he is or isn't, you know, like
Yeah.
yeah.
That makes sense.
So he
Oh,
asked.
you might want to. Sorry, I know what the egg cleanse is, but I don't know if you know what the egg cleanse is, Dom.
I definitely don't.
Yeah, you might want to explain it to him.
Yeah. So the egg cleanse is you grab an egg, right? And you just rub it over, like, you know what I mean, you over one's body. And I don't remember if you say it. This was a long time ago, so I don't really remember. But I don't know if you say a prayer or you say something, right, to get any evil into the egg. And then again, this was a long time ago, so I don't specifically remember any details, like how the egg. So you can look it up if you want.
Okay.
That'll probably tell you more accurate than I am. But and then you put the egg in like a cup of water, and then I don't remember if the egg either floats or sinks, and then it leaves like the little yolk trails, and it'll tell you like if there is a curse or not, or like if something evil or not. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Again, I can't tell you exactly because I don't remember.
Yeah. It's all good.
But anyways, he tells my cousin's wife like what happened, like why is this? Oh, bro, this is why I'm not allowed to do this. The kid, like my nephew, he was crying. Why he went is because he was crying, but he wasn't crying tears. He was crying eyelashes.
Oh.
Like he wasn't, yeah, like he was crying his little eyelashes, and like they kept just falling, like no actual like tears or water. You know what I mean? Like eyelashes. So he asked like what happened, and then my cousin's wife says, oh, we were at the store and this lady came up and touched him and said, oh my gosh, I love your son's hair. And he had, my little cousin, he's always had longer hair. I don't know why they kept it long, but he's had longer hair his whole little life. And my grandpa's like, oh, that's what did it. And my I guess his wife's like, what do you mean? And it's said in our culture or where they're from, right, that someone with strong blood is not like allowed to touch your kid if they're not like. So if you like, it's gonna be a little stereotypical, but like if that's why you see like Mexicans with like a gold jewelry or like a red bracelet is when like, so stuff like that doesn't happen. So my little nephew didn't have anything, and so when the lady went to go touch him, he says that she had strong blood, which cursed him. Like she didn't do it on purpose, right? Because when you see a baby, right, you're like, oh, so cute. But that's what did. He's like, that's what did it. So then from then on, like
what does the
he
strong
did.
blood do? I guess is
So
my question.
they say like if you have strong blood, is like your family like somewhere along the line like had a witch. At least that's what they say. Again, I don't know. It's up to people to decide whether it's true or not. But that's what they say. So when someone says, "Oh, you have strong blood," it's because of that. So you have like quote unquote the ability to do something, like if you wanted to. So
Gotcha.
That's what, and that's yeah. That's the end of the story. All
Okay.
jumbled, but that's it.
Okay, okay.
Interesting. Okay.
Sorry, I'm
Alright.
nervous and I skipped a bunch of stuff.
It's okay.
You're
It's
fine.
okay.
You're fine. You're
Hopefully,
fine.
hopefully you understood.
Yeah, no, no, definitely. I mean, as or I
Yeah.
guess we understand as much as we can. Yeah, from
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
So again,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Interesting one. That's a crying tears. Yeah, that's wow. Yeah, that's
Right,
different.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or
crying
eyelashes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Crying eyelashes. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I literally went to the logical term. Yeah, crying eyelashes. That's
Which is
interesting.
even weirder to me because like I was there. I saw this little kid, right? Like
Mhm.
so like again I was younger, so like maybe just I was right? Like I was a kid. Maybe
Yeah.
just dreamed
Yeah.
it or something. But like but I was there, like you know what I mean? And that like it
Mhm.
happened, so but
Mhm.
yeah, again, up and up for someone to decide real or fake, blah blah blah. Yeah.
Right. Well,
Anyways.
yeah, this is gonna be good for the comments. Yeah, so
Mhm.
maybe guys, so if anybody out there has some kind of similar experience to this, hey, let us know because yeah, that's something that's very unique,
Mhm.
very different. All
Okay,
right,
now
what's
we
the
move
next one?
on.
Yeah.
So those are all my stories. Now here are the stories from my family. There's only two, but these
Okay.
are my favorites. Every time they talk about it, they're my favorites to listen to.
Okay.
But these are just like the summed up version, like short version, so I don't take up much of your time. Um,
Oh.
but one day, my aunt and cousin, they went out to the store, and mind you, we live in the country, so the store is like pretty far. It's not like close.
Mhm.
But they went to the store, and then they were driving, right, blah blah blah, and then they got to a stop sign, and as they were pulling up, there was a man on the other side of the road dressed in white, just standing there. They wasn't doing anything, he was just standing there. My cousin looks to my aunt and she says, don't look at him and ignore him. And they instead of going to the direction where the man was standing, they turned, and they didn't talk about it. So they went to the store, they did they went to go buy whatever they were buying, and on the way back they took the same route, right? Because that's how we get home.
Mhm.
The man was still there, just staring at them.
Mm.
And again, my grandma told him, my aunt told him, ignore him, and like they moved along. And whether it's true or not, in the town that my family's from, they say if you see a man like that, like in a white suit, just standing there following you, is they consider him the devil, like not a demon, like the actual devil himself, just doing, you know what I mean, being there. So
Trying
again,
to,
like
it's the devil out there trying to get people to make some deals.
maybe, but
Make a deal with the devil, eh?
That's
Mhm.
great.
Well, I mean, isn't
that's
that at least I guess that's like I guess interpret from that because I don't know if you've ever watched that show Lucifer. Um,
mm-mm.
yeah, yeah, it was a really good show actually. It was about the devil coming down to Earth.
Earth. Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
you
about
know
now.
what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was actually a really good show, and the way it ended was very unexpected too.
I
But
never saw the
yeah,
ending.
yeah. I mean, the
Go
show's
ahead
been
for
out for
me.
a while. At this point, if you guys have look, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Lucifer, okay,
I'm
I'm
gonna
pretty
mute.
sure. In fact, that's crazy. You, the one that doesn't mind spoilers. Hold on, let me.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen it. Let me see. Lucifer show ending. Let me see. Because I think he became like, he was like taking over God's role or something. Yeah. So I think okay, wait. The ending of Lucifer finds his purpose as the devil of hell, a healer for lost, after this, wait, what is this? The ending. I said the ending. Why is it telling me this other stuff? Everything is kind of, oh, okay, yeah. And eventually just part of the thing. Okay, so he was supposed to become God, but he ended up choosing to remain in hell. Lucifer initially struggles with the idea of becoming God, realizes his true purpose is to help the damned souls and help break free from the self-destructive loops. Yeah. Because God's role is literally just watching over the damnation of all these people's souls, and people who have done all this bad shit, they like relive their bad choices that they've made, and it's like they're stuck in this loop. So yeah. But yeah, so yeah, he was supposed to become God though. But yeah, I know that the devil, he liked to make a lot of deals in that show, so that's why I'm like, so the devil was he was looking for deals he could make with people, because in exchange, like for their soul or whatever, or exchange for a favor or something. And in Lucifer's case in the show, he did it more for favors, but also there might have been a hint of, yes, you make this deal with me, you're pretty much promising me your soul type shit, So, so there's that too.
There's actually a priest on YouTube that talks about how he actually met the devil twice.
Oh yeah.
And he says that the first time he met him, he was going to divinity school, and this was the time that he was still kind of in the secular world, and he was doing business deals, and a lot of the business deals required him to drink and like go out and be out late and stuff. And so he went to go talk to the father that was being his like or like basically like supervisor about it, and he was kind of like, that'll be okay, like we'll figure it out, like you could possibly go to the people beforehand at the restaurant, tell them even if you ask for a drink to just like give you something different or give you sparkling water. And so he felt like okay leaving that interaction. And then when he left, he said there was like this man, like one of the like most handsome mans he's like ever seen. And he was like had dark features, and he said he comes up and grabs him like around the arm and goes, "Let's go have a drink." Um and it was like it just felt weird. It felt off, and you don't have like random men. You know what I mean? You don't have it's not normal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not normal for I'm like asking like Dom, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like it's not normal for me, especially because he's a guy. Like it's not normal for a man to like randomly go and like grab another man by the arm and like, let's go have a drink. Like that's weird. So he said he told the guy to get off of him, and that he was supposed to be walking back to his office, but he actually ended up walking home because his house was far, like close. And he said like the guy just started laughing all the way. Like then he said the second time he saw him was actually like at the end of towards the end of his divinity school, and he was going to go visit one of his old colleagues in like Miami or whatever, and she had like planned a lunch for him, like welcome him back, like was just like excited for him to be there. But actually the place that they went to was kind of like divinity people like probably shouldn't be going there. Like it's kind of like, I don't want to like say skeezy, but like not appropriate for clergy to be there. And he said he saw the same exact guy there while they were eating lunch. He comes up to him and he goes, "What are you doing here? You don't belong here. This is my territory." He said like his friend just like threw bills down the um on on the table, like bounced out. And he was saying like before the guy came over, it was like the friend and like another person, like a mutual of theirs, like acquaintance. They were talking about how, oh my gosh, they're looking at him like, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. That. And they said like as soon as he like the energy shifted, the energy changed. And when he was like, "What are you doing here, priest? You don't belong here." They were like, "Oh no!" Like they were like, "It's something." go. And so they dipped out. But yeah, if you ever have
Yeah.
time, or if you don't get like too scared about stuff like that, if you have time, there's actually like a couple of like podcasters. I don't know how else to explain it. That talk about like um they have like priests on their shows, and the priests talk about like their encounter with like the devil. They talk about their encounters with demons and exorcism and all that kind of like scary, spooky stuff. Um, and it is like you kind of go like, "Ooh, I don't like that." Whether you kind of believe or not, I don't. But yeah, so
Yeah. I remember you told me when you told me that story, I was like, ooh, that's crazy. Yep. Devil do be hella mischievous, man. So that's kind of crazy that you, yeah, it's, I mean, hey, it's a good thing that your family, hopefully they all avoided it talking or making any deals with that person. Yeah, because yeah, it's definitely a bad omen for sure.
they also talked about how in one of his things he also talked about how a girl signed a deal with the devil in her sleep.
Oh.
Yeah, so he came to her because she really wanted to be a famous like um violinist, and
Mm.
so she had been wanting to go to Juilliard and stuff, and he came to her in her sleep. Do you want fame? How do you? And she was like, yeah. And so he said, sign your name on the dotted line here with your blood. So in her sleep, she signed her name, like in her dream, she signed her name in the dot with like with her blood on the contract with the devil. And then she said she thought it was just a dream. But and at at the end of it, he like burned. He's like he just
Yeah.
like you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
imagine this is the contract.
Yeah.
In flames. Okay, like the whole like stereotypical
Yeah.
thing you
Devil. Like,
see
yeah.
in the movie. You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah.
She said she woke up and there was ashes by her bed.
Oh.
I said,
Damn.
"Oh, shooky dookie."
Oh,
She,
shicky ticky.
she done signed it for real. She thinking it's a dream and girl done got.
Damn.
And so yeah, she ended up having to have an exorcism and stuff because she was demonically oppressed, as they would like to say. So
Wow.
and she ended up having to like sign like or write psalms in her own blood or something like that to like counteract the covenant she wrote with
Right.
Satan with her blood. So it was very like just talking about it, I was like, ugh.
That's
And if
crazy.
you don't know, if you guys are not religious, I will tell you that the blood is really important. um and there's a lot of motifs about the blood in the Bible. So there's like um the first covenant was made with like lamb blood. um Jesus gave up his blood as a sacrifice to save us. And so writing something in blood, whether you're religious or not, is like it's very what's the word for um important, what I'm saying, very serious, very serious,
Mm.
very serious.
Mhm.
So yep, that's why she had to, like, since she signed in blood, she had to write the covenant, like the scriptures in blood.
Mhm. To counteract it, yeah.
Yeah, blood
That's
is really
crazy.
serious. So if anybody ever asks you to sign something in blood, don't do that. Do not do that. And honestly, in a lot of different religions, um, blood is like a really important thing. It's kind of like the essence of the soul. So I would never anybody. Oh, can I have some? No, no. Let's sign this. Let's make this packet. No,
No.
no.
No, thank you.
Don't make no packs in blood. Don't sign nothing in blood. Don't be just giving blood. I mean, I feel like people should know this, but maybe people don't. So I'm just saying. Like I feel like people should know this, but like just in case, like it's kind of like the whole don't share needles. You don't know where their blood been. Do not give out blood. That's it. Period. Do not share blood.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk of the day.
No, I agree. Don't do that. Don't do
Yeah.
that.
You know what I mean? Like, no, 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 no.
Mhm.
We're good. We're Gucci. Like, we do not need to do that. And yeah, I have, um, so my family, um, mom likes to tell stories all the time. So, if you want to know a lot about my mother's side of the family is originally from, um, Mobile, Alabama. Well, really, they're from, uh, the Carolinas and then they moved to Alabama. Besides the point. So most of her family is in Mobile, Alabama. If you don't know about Mobile and like the deep south or whatever, um, as many Christians as you might find, you might also find practitioners, whether that be hoodoo, voodoo, a combination of the two, um, witchcraft, Santa Maria, whatever. There's lots of people who partake in practice there. And so she used to tell me this story about why the rem- why the disposal of hair is so important. So she used to tell me when they were little and you had to get your hair cut, they would burn your hair. You were not allowed to throw your hair in the trash. Um, Same thing goes for kind of like any type of like bodily, like nails, hair, whatever. You were not allowed to just throw it in the trash. Um, you had to burn it specifically. Um, and part of that is because people could take those things of yours and they could put hexes on and do witchcraft.
Dang.
So used to tell me specifically this one story of why they always if like they were gonna throw the hair out, they would burn it, they would bury it, like they just did not just, like dispose of it like all willy nilly.
Mm.
And that's because one of her cousins, there was like this spat or whatever between her and another person. I can't remember if this was a distant cousin or what, regarding a man. Um, and they ended up getting her hair, cursing her. I don't
Mm.
specifically remember like what the curse was because she hasn't told me that story in a long, long, long time. But yeah, they ended up being able to get up some of her personal, I won't say belongings because that's like it's not a belonging, it's like part of her. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
an essence of her, and they were able to use it to curse her. So,
That's wow. That's crazy.
well, that's kind of. I'm not saying that's what they do, but like that's pretty. Like that's a pretty like well known, I guess, stereotype in
And
Common
I
thing to
believe
do.
it. I believe.
Alabama,
Mhm.
Louisiana, that kind of area.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I believe. I always get paranoid when my hair just like accidentally. Like sometimes just your hair falls, like little strands. I'm like, and it's just there. I'm like, I get so paranoid, like someone's gonna do something.
Yeah, they have like my mom is so big. Like you have to throw all of your stuff, and then now like she's just like, I guess we're not in that area anymore, so it's not like as big a deal. But you're just like your hair is like you need to throw your hair in the trash, you need to throw your nails in the trash. Like
Mhm.
I mean, like obviously you should leave your nails and hair laying around. So you know, also cleanliness, but like also you just don't leave that kind of stuff out, especially if like
Mm-hmm.
people frequent your spaces. I don't have people
Mhm.
frequent my spaces, so good luck trying to get my stuff. Shit. Yeah. She has an uncle. She used to have an uncle who could see spirits, and so she said she remembered like walking down the road. She would walk down the street, and her uncle would say nothing to her. Would just pull her arm, just pull her out the way. Spirits, just walking. What
Huh.
else? One time, my mom and my uncle were in the living room, and she said that the rocking chair in the living room started rocking.
Wait, she said what?
they had a rocking chair in the living, and it was and they're like family den, and it was my mom and my uncle were in there, and she said that they were like just watching TV, when the rocking chair started to rock back and what else? I have like so
Did
many.
wait? Can you repeat that? I don't know if like your mic picked it up or.
Okay, so my mom and my uncle, I don't remember how old she was,
Mm,
but my for reference, my mom is like maybe like 5 or 6 years older than my uncle. Um, they were in their living room, and in their living room, they had like a reclining rocking chair, and they
mhm.
were watching TV, and like just like hanging out. And they realized that the rocking chair had started to like rock back and forth, like nobody had been. They were sitting on the floor, but the rocking started.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Scary. Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Monka.
I'm not thinking. I'm like, I used to talk to ghosts when I was little.
What the? We weren't. If we wouldn't have been friends, I would have ran away. Like, so crazy little girl.
Well, I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. So the one, I really, or I've been told a lot, was that it was around the time my grandmother died on my mom's side. She died when I was like 2 years old or something like that.
Mm,
And so I was at my great grandpa's house. I call him Pawpaw. That's so you know what I'm talking about. So I was at my
mhm,
Pawpaw's house, and the way that the place is like laid out, it's kind of very blocky. So you have the kitchen, and the kitchen leads into the den and the formal dining and slash living room. And then if you go straight back, there's a hallway, and off of that hallway, there is a bathroom and two bedrooms. Um, and so I was in the furthest back bedroom. So the hallway goes like it's a hallway, and then on the left there's a bathroom. On the right there's a room, and then at the back there's a. So I was in that back room, and my mom said, and there's like no door to the hallway, so like it's just wide open. So my mom said she was doing something like cleaning, organizing something, and my nana was there too, and they were hearing me talk and like play around. And for reference, my nana's not my grandmother; that is my great aunt. And so I'm like playing or whatever, and I'm just talking, and she said, and all of a sudden, 'cause it was just like babies. You know how babies just play and talk, and they just like have conversations, and you're just like, oh, they're having conversations. She's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
at first she was just like, you were just like talking, you were just like playing around and whatever. She's like, but then I gradually noticed that there was a shift in the way that you were talking, and you were like having a conversation, you were answering questions,
As if someone
and
was there.
as if
Yeah.
someone was there
Mhm.
like talking to me.
Mhm.
And so she said she looked at my nana, and she was like to my nana, like she's doing something, like go check on her. She said, no, that's your kid. So my mom stops what she's doing, and all the adults are like concerned. My mom stops what she's doing. She goes back there. She goes, "Hey, who are you talking to?" And I'm like, "The ghost, mommy. I'm talking to the ghost." And she said, "The ghost? Where is the ghost?" And then I like pointed up at the ceiling. I said, like, because there's a ceiling fan in the middle. Like I pointed up towards the ceiling fan, and she's like, I was like, right there, mommy. There's the ghost. And she goes, where's the ghost? And I said, the ghost is gone, mommy. The ghost is gone. And then she said I continued to play like nothing was wrong, and I did not talk in that same manner like the rest of the time I was playing. Um, so she likes to think that it was my grandmother because of the questions she asked, like,
Yeah.
I hope, like, are you gonna be a good girl, like, da 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 da, like those kind of questions. So she's like, I think it was your grandmother. Uh,
Let's hope it was, and that's.
well, I don't know who else is gonna ask me if I'm gonna listen and be a good girl. I'm hoping. I hope.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess it could be an angel too, but you know what I mean. I said it was a ghost, so.
Mhm.
We're gonna go with ghost.
Mhm, 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 mhm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm,
And
mhm,
so,
mhm.
yep, that was yeah.
That's scary.
Wow.
No,
You
like I
know,
said, we wouldn't have been friends. I would have been. It's the crazy.
that's crazy. Um, I was like 2, so I don't have any control over that. Uh, I did see ghosts in my friend's house once before.
See ghosts like.
Yeah, they don't. But I don't see faces, so I just see like
Like
shadow
shapes, like
figures. Yeah,
oh,
shapes. So I was in her house, and I see not anymore, but I used to see lots of stuff. So I just thought like I was tripping.
Mhm.
So we were. I had gone to her house. I had a sleepover at her house. It lived in like this huge house, and um that day we had that night we had like chilled, hung out, went to sleep in her room, and then the next day her family was really nice. They took us out mini golfing at lunch, and my mom was gonna come get me, but I was in like so while she was trying to get me, she had a basement, and in her basement she had like a workout room with a TV, where she used to like work out a lot, and so we were in there, and there is a door to that room, and the door was kind of like cracked open, and there was a window at the top, and I saw like movement, like like a silhouette move past, and I thought I was like tripping. So I just kind of looked, and then I looked back at the TV, and she was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Nothing." And she was like, "You saw something, didn't you?" And I was like, maybe like it's like the shadow figure, like it looked like there was somebody there, like the shadow of somebody. And she was like, "Oh yeah, that happens here. That happens here, huh?"
Like this is
That was
a
the first.
this is a natural occurrence.
Yeah, I saw things at her house, and then I said, "Oh, okay." That was the first and last time I went to her house. No, let me phrase that. That was not the first time I've been at her house,
The
but that was
last.
but that was definitely the last time I was at her. I think I had been to her house one other time before, but it was during the day and it wasn't
Mhm.
that long, so it was like a big. But like that was the first time like I would at her house for like an extended period of time, and that was like the first and the last. Not the
You want to
next.
come hang out in my house now? Sure.
No, I grew up in a haunted house for sure. So there's like that, but I was comfortable in my house.
Uh-huh.
So it was different versus like, and also in my house, I never like actually saw physical spirits. So I don't like seeing things. I don't like seeing things. I don't like seeing things. I don't like being touched. Um, like those are my biggest like no's. So in my house was a lot of like you'd hear lots of things like out here talking, but there would be no there, that kind of stuff. And I'm like, that's still like spooky, scary, but I can't like the physically seeing. Oh fuck, nothing. Um, that's a no for me, dog.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I like that. I've had windows.
I'm a
Not
ghosty
windows.
believer, but I could never like live like that. If I could see or hear ghosts, I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad. I think my scariest ones were like one time the door opened and closed. Um, I was scared of my closet, so I always kept my closet door like wide open so I could.
Wide open. I always have my closet closed because I'm scared. I'm old, but I'm still scared.
No, but I wanted to, but because my bed was across from the closet, so like I could see into the closet, and I would rather see something than like imagine the closet door is closed and then it opens, versus it's already open. It can't open anymore.
But I could close it.
It couldn't actually, haha. It could not close it because I put my desk there. So it had to move my computer desk to close the door.
Oh, yeah, I was probably a lot of they were like, I'm not working this hard to close your door.
No, imagine those old dial-up computers. There's no way the ghost is moving that shit. Just moving, just the
those
computer
big
alone was like
blocks.
20, right, like that, like just moving the computer alone was like 20 pounds. Like they was not doing.
Yeah,
And I had
some
like
heavy
a rug.
paperweights.
You know what I mean? And I had like a rug, so like imagine like a desk. It could roll, but imagine a desk on a rug with a 20-pound computer. Oh shit, was not going in. Yeah, yeah. I have other spooky stories about stuff that happened in my own family, but I won't scare you.
But I like spooky stories.
Okay.
But you gotta,
Uh,
yeah. Oh, I guess you guys don't know, but you gotta remember that I'm Catholic. We have exorcists. We have spooky things.
okay, yeah. I'm not Catholic. I am Methodist, so we don't really do that.
No, we have the spookies.
We just pray. That's it. I was looking. That's it. We don't do exorcisms. So okay. I'm trying to think of which one I'm gonna say. Okay, so there is two stories. One story is actually both of them happened when my mom was away. Um, so one time, so my nana actually got kidney cancer when I was younger, and she was basically put on hospice because she had already um, they'd already removed a kidney, and then her other kidney had developed. So, like, there was nothing kind of else to take. So my mom went down to take care of her for her last, I think.
Mm.
And so it was just me, my sister, and my dad. And so my sister and my dad went to go run the errand, and I was home alone. And I was upstairs in my room, so like the lights were on downstairs, but like that was it. Like I didn't have anything else on. And so I was upstairs, and then I heard like talking, and it sounded like my sister and my dad. And so I said, "Oh, hello." I said, you guys are back? Like, hello." I just thought I didn't hear the door open because I was in my room.
Mm.
Um, and so I was like, "Hello, hello," and I'm like talking, and like I don't like didn't hear anything. So I walk downstairs. There's nobody there. There's I have never run up a set of stairs so fast in my like so fast. I ran up the stairs and I locked myself in my room. I locked myself and I called my mom and I'm like, bro, I don't know where dad is. I don't know where Lily is. But all I know is I heard them talking downstairs and they're not here. And so she had to actually like stay on the phone with me until they got home. That was one time. And then another time was I was taking a shower and um when I got out of the shower and like I had left the lights on and stuff downstairs, and so I was taking a shower and then I got out the shower and I heard like a big like boom, like a big like commotion upstairs, and so like I was drying off and I like walked out and literally still in my towel, and I looked downstairs, all the lights and everything, and I was like, twinkle twinkle, I'm good. So I just like walked into my room, got dressed, stayed in my room, stayed in. I was like, really cool. I'm really cool. I used to have a piano, like a little keyboard in
Oh,
my
dear
house,
Lord.
in my room, and it would randomly start playing. I mean, like it's plugged in, but like nobody's by it, nothing,
Hmm.
and
And
it
it's
would just like,
randomly, yeah.
yep, it would just like randomly turn on and start playing. And I thought maybe it was like a malfunction, but I would like get so anxious. So one day I literally said like, I said, I said, I'm really over this. Like, I'm done. Like, if you turn this thing on one more time, like, I will get somebody in here to exercise your ass and you will be taken out of this house. When I tell you, like, immediately the music stopped. like the music stopped. They turned it off. They
But
turned
fun
the
fact,
keyboard off. They were like,
um,
oh, oh.
a fun fact, like they say, at least where my family's from, right in their little town, like
Mhm.
like one way you can get rid of like ghosts is by swearing at them.
Oh,
Fuck
really?
off.
That's yeah, that's what they because my my aunt's like mom, I guess, like so it'd be like yeah, her like I don't know what you would call it, maybe like my great aunt, I guess.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
That she says there's a demon always trying to get into like her little property, like her little house, right? But
Hmm.
like to get into her house, like there's a gate, and you always hear like it rattling. So you just she says like if you ever stay at her house, you'll randomly hear her like go outside in the middle of the night and yell at like at the gate, to tell it to like to leave, and she starts swearing at it, and then like it just stops. I'm like, bro,
Get the fuck out of
That's
yeah.
here.
crazy.
You're not fucking welcome.
That's what they say, like something that's not like super like evil or bad, like just to swear
Mhm.
at it and it'll go away.
That's crazy.
Guess that's a good thing to
Yeah.
remember. Heard. I'm gonna remember that. All right, baby. Heard. If I ever encounter any, all right, any,
Swear at
especially
it.
say bye. Shoo, bitch. You ain't. You're not. You're not welcome here. Get the fuck out of
That's
here.
that's crazy. Curse at them real good.
Yep, pretty
But I think
much.
it's also because like it sees that you're not afraid of it, so I think that's the
Yeah,
purpose of it, right?
yeah,
Like swear at it, and
Right.
it's like you're not afraid of it.
yeah. No,
True.
that makes
Oh my
Worse for me because I don't swear, so like there's never a ghost. I'm like, dang.
you get out of
Dang,
here,
damn
dang
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of here, you lint liquor.
Cutie queen.
Pickle me, kumquat.
They're like, wait, what is going on with her?
Right. They get so freaked out and they'll just leave. Okay, my bad. My bad. Let me exit.
Yeah,
I was gonna go to the house next door anyways. Mess with them.
that's crazy. I was gonna go to the house next door anyway.
Yeah, they look like they were gonna be better to hunt. Yeah, you know what? Y'all are good. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna mess with y'all. Y'all seem like y'all about that life. I'm gonna just keep going. What's up, Nilo? I hope I'm not late. You're a little late. Yeah, it's just a little, we
Yeah.
got one more. We got one more
Yeah,
story.
one more.
Yeah, we got one more story. If anything, what the
Bruh. I'm just
heck?
imagining the
Bro. Like
I don't want
out
to
of
be here anyways. It just like leaves.
like that's crazy.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry.
Damn, don't even sugarcoat it or nothing. Yeah, we keep it pretty real over here, Nilo. Keep it pretty
Apologies.
All right. Well, you want to tell your last story, Luna? The last one.
Last one.
The last one.
Okay, let me. Okay, hopefully I don't butcher this. This is my
Uh,
favorite story.
You got this.
Um,
You've heard this plenty of times. You got this.
sorry. Says a long, long time ago. So I'm gonna say my grandma's like 90ish. So I'm gonna say like 70 or 80 years ago, maybe. Well, not 80, but like you know what I mean. A long time ago. She was younger. She was like a young mom. She barely had her first two kids. By the way, my
Mhm.
grandma has 14, but this is her first two.
Oh hell no.
Um, but she was a young mom, and then where they're from, like it's a little poor village, right? Like a little poor little town. And so she went down to the river to clean her clothes. And she took two of her kids with her, her two kids at the time. Okay, sorry, I'm reading from my little notes here. Went down. She took her two kids. Anyways, my grandma was cleaning her clothes, and then her youngest, like the infant, she had like right tied up to her back so he wouldn't drown or anything. And then the toddler, the older one, was just like playing around in the water in the river. And then like this randomly, the man like a man, remember, dressed in white, was in the other side of the river, just staring. And she started getting nervous, but she didn't think much of it, and she just started like went on and just washing her clothes. And then randomly she sees that the water is rising slowly, and she starts like panicking, and so she starts headed to go get my uncle, which is her son. Her old son was playing in the water, and all of a sudden the current started getting stronger. The water started rising, and she couldn't get to him because it was pushing her away. And my uncle started like drowning. He couldn't swim. He was just a little kid. And then she's looking, and the man's just staring there, watching them struggle. And she's like, she's trying to get to him, and she can't. And like in the blink of an eye, like right, the kid's drowning. Like they're like he's underwater, and she can't get to him. And out of desperation, she starts crying to God, like, "Please help me, my son!" Right? And just like a few moments later, the water like stops. It gets more shallow. She goes and reaches her son. Thankfully, he's fine. And when she looks over, the figure's gone, and that's the summed up version. There's a longer version, but like that's the summed up version.
Mm.
And every time she tells us like the full version, like I get like the chills because the details, like the way that my grandma tells us, like you can tell like out of like the rest of the story she's told us before, like you don't know, right? Or like maybe hallucination, but like every time she tells this specific story, like she gets like teary eyed, like she like when she's reliving it, she like losing her
Right.
son. So like it's one of my favorite stories she's ever like told us. So again, up to you whether to believe it or not, but one of my favorite like spooky summed up, I guess, on this time stories. But
Okay. That's an interesting one. So another man in white. Wait, and you said it was at a pool, right?
no, at a river.
In a
River.
river, okay.
River.
And they all saw
And she's
the
washing
person
her
in one?
clothes.
She was washing her clothes. No, it was just her.
Oh, it's just her. Okay.
Her and her two little kids. And ever since then, she's never gone alone anymore. Like out of the fear of it happening again. Now she has a washing machine, right? But like back then,
Amen. Hallelujah. We love
Look,
washing machine.
we love a
back
good
then,
old
yeah.
washer and dryer.
And I
Damn.
am not drying on my own. That's for sure.
You're not gonna go out on and hang them up there to drive if.
Hell no.
Urge.
Stop doing the drugs. Stop doing the drugs. I was not made to labor clothes and washing and stuff. If I was, then God would have had me birthed 100 years ago.
Mm.
But no, I'm free. Hallelujah. So I don't do those things.
Heard.
Not that I never would if I didn't. I'm gonna say not that I, but I don't know about that. Air dry them undies. That's a crazy thing to say. That's crazy.
It's just keeping it real too, They're just keeping it real.
I mean, I guess.
All right, well, lots of good stories. Good stories, Actually, like
they were quick. I got nervous, so I just told the short version of everything.
I thought they were good stories, and yeah, I mean, hell, those are stories that I would believe too. Especially the whole thing with the man in white, all in white dressed. Like, yeah, that's spooky. That is very ominous, very mischievous.
If you guys like spooky stuff, there's lots of TikTokers that tell like spooky stories. Like there's like a couple of the stories I got last year were from TikTok. Like they tell stories about River Mama. If you don't know who that is, those are mermaids, specifically in like the Caribbean culture. And they say like if you get taken by a mermaid, you may never come back, and if you come back, like you'll like look different. You'll have like or like you'll just be kind of like a different person.
Mm.
They never.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, TikTok's good with those too. TikTok is, Reddit's good for the stories, because, yeah, Danny's found a lot of good stories from there too. Uh-oh, you muted again.
Sorry, I was like looking something up. Like I was trying to see if I still have the river, uh, story. Actually, 'cause I really
River Mama. Yeah, I think that was from last year's Real or Fake.
Yep.
Oh, well.
What?
Well.
See.
Yeah, because it was like, what, they were based in like, I think the one you told me was in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh,
But I guess they were kind of like what they were like the sirens in a sense, right?
what?
Kind of.
Uh,
A little bit, maybe possibly.
okay, I found it. Um. So I'll actually tell a story again for those of you who missed it the first time. Okay. My family moved to New York from Jamaica around 7 years ago. Because we freshly immigrated from Jamaica, a lot of our family lived in the same brownstone my grandmother owned. The three-bedroom house held me, my brother, mom, my grandma, and my two uncles. We lived next door to one of my grandmother's close friends, a medicine woman from our hometown back in Jamaica. One day, I'd woken up and went into the living room to find my mother ironing her clothes for work in my grandmother's kitchen. Everything was peaceful till my uncle's friend Ronnie bust through the front door carrying my uncle. Something was seriously wrong with him. His eyes were cloudy and a daze, and he was drenched in water from head to toe. Panicked, Ronnie told us that they were on the beach smoking reefer. He had turned away for a moment, and when he looked back, Uncle June was waist deep in the water, walking straight into the water stiffly, like he had been entranced by something. He kept calling my uncle over and over again, but he didn't respond. Didn't even turn around to acknowledge us. Deeper and deeper he went into the water until he was almost submerged fully. That was when Ronnie knew there was something really wrong. Ronnie ran to my uncle, got him out of the water, and rushed him back home to the house. Because they had been smoking, Ronnie thought it had just been a bad reaction to weed. But that was not the case. My grandmother, feeling uneasy from the story, calls her friend Miss Brenda, the medicine woman from next door. Once there, Ronnie explains to her what had occurred. Her eyes get the size of saucers and she starts shaking my uncle. She shakes him and she repeats, "What did you take? What did you take? What did you take from the water?" But he just stares at her with a blank expression, saying nothing. Ronnie was unable to tell her what happened or what he took, so she decided the best course was to perform a ritual. The medicine woman poured salt around him and all over the entryways and made a potion that he had to drink. Afterwards, she crafted this salve that he was supposed to bathe in, and then was clothed in all white and laid on a white sheet to rest. He was to be isolated and confined to the room for 2 days. In those 2 days, my younger uncle Richard was plagued with intense migraines and stomach aches. But on the third night, my uncle Rich bust into the house at around 1 in the morning. I was sleeping in the living room, so it startled me out of my sleep. He looked zoned out, but determined, as he stormed through the living room to the kitchen. When he got to the kitchen, he tore open the door to the freezer and started frantically rummaging through its contents, pulling everything out of the freezer. At this point, he has not only woken me up, but my grandmother, who desperately asked, "What is wrong with you?" as his erratic behavior was scaring her. Finally, he pulls out a white grocery bag multiple times, like wrapped multiple times over, and he grabs the bag and runs directly out of the house, not stopping to address my grandmother or me. The next day, my Uncle June finally emerged from the room and came to sit down with my grandmother, brother, and medicine woman in the dining room. My brother sat there as my grandmother and Miss Brenda spoke with him and prayed over him. In the middle of this, my Uncle Rich sees me and asks if Uncle June is okay. Uncle June looks up from the table, and lunges for my other uncle. My brother, grandma, and Miss Brenda dash to hold Uncle June back. Once they have him secure, the medicine woman walks up to Uncle June and whispers something in his ear. I have no idea what she said, but his face contorted in sadness, like he was close to crying. Afterward, my Uncle Rich left, and my Uncle June started to get better as the days went on. This story is when my family was back in Jamaica. My uncles, June and Rich, went to the river together and saw a mermaid there. Uncle Rich took something from the water, even though my Uncle June advised him not to. Whatever it was in that white grocery bag Uncle Rich had come back to get that night, it is believed that the mermaid followed our family here from Jamaica since they took its possession. They hadn't been back to the water since we had moved, and that was their first time back. It came for its belongings. Whatever it was, Uncle Rich returned the item, and things seemed to go back to. So that was one of our stories we talked about, and I got that one off of TikTok. Someone actually like that's a story, like a family story that they told. So yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty
Period.
crazy.
And there's lots of like different stories about like taking things, and usually it's things like hairbrushes or mirrors or a certain shell or something. And if a mermaid offers something, don't take it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not much for like the occult, like in terms of like mermaid, but I like hearing the stories. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Well, this is all like kind of a cultural thing. Um, so and I like hearing things from like different cultures. So that's why I really appreciate that. And honestly, there's so many lots of places think of it as like or I wouldn't say lots of places, but people like to think of them as like different spirits. Um, and kind of a it's like a kind of a head of a coin, right? It's like a one thing. It's like a mermaid or like a siren spirit like regardless of how you look at it, they're not good, right? So um just different spirits doing what they want to out here in this crazy world.
Definitely makes you wonder, like, what else is out there that you don't know? It really makes you think, though. Like, and hopefully, it'll make people think and second guess a lot of things that they, might be playing around with or might be, hesitant on, Maybe these will clarify some things or, some past experiences somebody's went through, possibly, feeling this unnerving sense or whatever just around them. And hey, maybe maybe you pick something up, maybe something's following you, maybe
Don't be
maybe you
picking stuff
made
up
it.
either. And
Yeah.
I don't buy antiques either because you don't know what kind of energy was put into that thing. So just saying, be careful with what you take home. Be careful with what you grab. That's all.
Facts. Yeah, lots of stories. Luna, thanks for
Oh, yeah.
sharing all your stories, personal experiences, and everything. Like, it was quite quite the stories, quite the stories. Maybe even, maybe we'll have a discussion if you're down, or even maybe if it not on the podcast here, maybe in private or something, where you can go in more detail about those stories. Because yeah, that's definitely pretty interesting stories, interesting tales you got there from the family. Yeah, and babe.
Ooh.
Awesome with the real or fake, and you know, the recap of
Thanks.
the what are they called again?
Oh.
What are they called? River Mamas.
Yeah, that's called it.
Yeah, River Mama. Yeah. Okay. Well, bravo, everyone. Good job.
Just remember, leave Garth Brooks alone.
Lesson learned. Everyone.
Yeah.
Don't,
You know, if you ever suspected
find
that
out.
guy, you know, you're probably right. You're
Someone said that's
probably
why he
right.
sings that song that I have friends in low places. He's talking about all the people he buried.
Mm.
Crazy, yeah. Yeah. Run away.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is boycott. No, I was kidding.
I'm crying. Boycott Garth Brooks.
Boycott for
Don't
Garth
go to none of,
Brooks.
no, I wouldn't go to any of the shows anyway, but I'm just saying that I wouldn't go to live.
Right.
Not.
Choose life.
No, literally choose life.
Choose life. Choose life, not Brooks.
Tea. Very much tea.
Very much tea. Wow, man, this is the last real or fake of the month, guys. I hope y'all all enjoyed it. You know, all of the episodes are on my YouTube as well. So if you guys want to check that out, I have been uploading them every Tuesday. So I posted last week's tonight, and I will post this week's next week on for the next episode. So next week will be, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled topics, which is, I mean, they're not really regular because, I mean, you never know what we're going to talk about. You know, we could talk about politics, we could talk about movies, we talk about anime, talk about friends, we talk about, we just talk about it all here at D&D Spilling the Tea. So stay tuned for next week's episode for sure. You want to close us out? Oh, Luna, you want to close us out?
Have the guest. Excuse me.
No, okay, all right, yeah. No, go ahead.
Ignore him putting you on the spot anyway. Like I was saying. Thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. From guests to those in the audience who's listening to the stories, we hope you enjoyed your time, and we hope you enjoyed this segment. It's one of my favorite segments to do, so I'm glad I'm able to share it with you and share, my experiences as well. So thank you guys so much for coming out tonight, Luna, the crew. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Unfortunately, it won't be a real or fake, but maybe something just as fun and juicy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there is also some other segments that we kind of dip into. So, I'll talk to Danny about it more, but we did some Am I the Asshole stories. That was pretty good. Nice little.
I do like the asshole story.
Yeah. So, it won't be real or fake, but, there'll be like little small segments we'll probably try to introduce into the podcast, along with the topics as well. So, yeah. This has been your host, D&D. Spilling the Tea with your host, D&D. We'll see y'all on the next one. Month of November. Years flying by. Yeah. Stay hydrated. Practice self-care. As always, peace, love, positivity, y'all. We appreciate y'all coming through, sticking around, and make sure if you see it on the YouTube, you like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Let us know if you've had any past experiences yourself, maybe some personal experiences you or someone has went through. Of course, if you want to keep it anonymous, you can do that too. But, if you guys enjoyed it, we'll see you for the next one.
Bye.
Bye.